Hey, good morning, everybody. We have an important announcement to make for you, or with you, or to you. The new issue of the High Desert Catholic will be coming out when?
Mid-April.
Mid-April, coming out. Today, by the way, it's Holy Thursday, so it's apropos that we're actually presenting this issue because it's talking about Rich Todd and his wife Jen, and about baptism. Rich and his wife are actually going to be, well, Jen is already Catholic. Rich, who works here at the Pastoral Center, will be received into the church on Easter Vigil. So in our time frame, it's in 2 more days, but we have to write this article. So it's a great celebration. So in this article, you're going to hear about Rich and Jen's journey, because it's just not about Rich becoming Catholic. In it, Jen, who was already Catholic, who had actually converted to Catholicism earlier on, kind of rediscovered her Catholicism, rediscovered her conversion process. So it's a story of really they're both and how they really turned, because he had with the economic recession back in 2008, his lifestyle changed.
Right. Yes, and he ended up working here, and as many of you know, working for the church, you don't really do it because you're going to be rich in money. You do it because you're rich in other blessings. And so anyway, they talk about that journey together, a little bit of the lifestyle change. Also, her surprise, as initially excited about his joining RCIA, but also her own journey, which had its own painful process, but growth process. So it's really a beautiful story of how they grew individually, how they grew together and view their marriage differently now, and it's just very, I think, inspiring.
And what I liked is why Rich made that decision to become Catholic. It wasn't about apologetics, doctrine, dogma. He encountered Catholics behaving as Catholics, being really nice to him in times of need, because he had some hard years here, some significant deaths in his family. He talks about them. But it was the niceness of people reaching out to him is what did it. And for me, it's always, we Catholics, if we want to evangelize, it's not beating people with our law books or our doctrine. Right. It's how we treat each other. That's how we best evangelize. And then we had I like Sister Maria's article. She incorporates both. Sister Maria's up the Carmel, and she talks about a little boy named Jack. Now, I do Mass up at the Carmel on occasion, and I know this Jack. He's a cute little boy. I watched him grow up. He's probably about 2.5, 3-ish, and he's just full of energy. His mom always apologized, like, don't ever apologize for his energy, for his running around. That's what the kids are supposed to do. I'd rather see that than, okay.
Right.
And he's a cute little towhead.
Yeah. So she talks about heading into Easter, and that baptism is just the beginning of our faith journey. So that's she always has a nice
twist,
contemplative thought. Right. And then there's an article. I interviewed Bishop Calvo about all the upcoming changes with regard to retirements of priests and
the moving of us priests.
Yes, and the Franciscans leaving the cathedral. And I just felt like it would be good for people to understand the process, because I always thought it was you go here, you go here, you go here. And I heard in a meeting something different. So I asked Bishop if I could interview him. So I think you'll find it interesting, the process, how long it takes, what they go through. Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of thought. It's not just, Bishop sits in his office and plays eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
That would make it easier, actually.
Yes. So it's a pretty interesting read. Yeah.
And we're not done yet. This is still Holy Thursday. We're still not done yet.
Yes.
And for those who keep on asking, you'll know when you know, okay?
Exactly. And I don't know either.
No. Nor do I know officially.
There you go.
And there's no amount of chocolate that's going to make me tell you. So, but you can try.
Right. And then we had a reader submit an article, Hank Young, who is a prison minister out of St. Teresa of Avila. And he wrote a really beautiful story about his walk with men of faith who are incarcerated, and what an RCIA experience was for him, the baptism process behind the walls of prison. So it's a different look, but also an important look at their baptism as well as the ones we celebrate in our churches.
But God works in every place. So.
That's right. exactly. And then I think, is this the last one? The
Yep.
last one is get to know Father Joe. So we,
That's
have
Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh. So we had another ordination. Yay! And
Back in January.
so I like to interview the new priests so people get to know who they are, what they're interested in, how they made it, made their journey to the priesthood. And it's just an interesting story about who he is. And I think you'll enjoy it. And of course, that takes us to...
We have another ordination.
Yay!
June 1, Lucio. Let's see if I can find his little picture here quick.
He's right on the...
That's Lucio. Oh,
There he is.
There, that's Lucio. He's right now finishing up seminary up at Mount Angel. And so then we'll have another priest, a newbie.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I don't know where he's going either. Somewhere.
Yeah, so if you haven't been to an ordination, please come. They're
Yeah.
really, really beautiful. This will be the third one. Anyway, but I'll be there taking pictures, and every time I do it, it's just a beautiful.
So come on out, support our guys, support our vocations. And as always, if you whatever you can do for your part to support vocations, please do. It's not just up to me as vocation director. It's up to all of us to, it's okay to say to a young man or a young woman, you be a good priest or a good sister, religious life. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You never know where that seeds will go.
Exactly. All right, perfect. So happy Easter.
Yeah, guys, have a happy Easter. We'll see you back here in a couple months when we do this video. Otherwise, I'll see you on my morning videos.
Awesome.
Back on Monday. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.